could go. Swear she got the like wow. She's blessed, I'm blessed. I don't GA. You tryna yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't go. Say less.
Sheesh. What you saying? I don't understand.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Mad.
Larry, I'm not sure it'll solve the California drought problems, but it's coming down in buckets right now as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, second down. Offense still needing 10 yards, second down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it third down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the starting crew now for San Francisco.
I've been a big fan of Carlos Hyde since his days at Ohio State. A big, strong, physical runner, nimble feet, excellent vision downfield. And what I like about him when he's at his best, his ability to wear down a defense if he gets 20 or more carries in a game.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Farmer. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
10 yards still left on second down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Now let's go. vee625's. vee625's.
The first carry for the Utah man now. It's Joe Williams. And down to the 36-yard line here. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield. He reads defenses so well, doesn't he? He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target. I don't think so either. I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease anywhere to put his foot in. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Pardon me, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it? It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive? Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward. But they kick it here, and it's good. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The numbers for Jones last week, 10 carries, 128 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Again, it's Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Now Roethlisberger. It's caught. Jones. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On second down, it's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now running right through it. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team, helps them start their comeback.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something that broadcasters say. It's got to be good, right? You tell me.
Well, it's got to be good if Larry's doing it.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Green, 39.
On 2nd down, Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. Gone. Set. 319.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get the field goal, but partner, that was a 14-play drive to get the 3.
Normally, when you hold the ball that long, run that many plays, you end up in the end zone. There's a breakdown on the defense. Something happens. In this case, that didn't, but really good ball control by the offense. They're hoping that they can wear them down if they keep having drives like that.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front, as we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The 49ers are
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go now.
throwing on second. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here we go now.
Garoppolo on first down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Niners on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Set.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot.
To throw is Garoppolo. To the right side, complete to Taylor. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. All right, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Set. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. The left side completion to Jones. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead in there to sack him for a loss of 6. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. That is caught at the 7. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? It's up. It's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble. Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
On third down, here's Williams. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player so he can't get outside of you.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 49. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Now a handoff looking right. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit! Pick it up! Pick it up! Pick it up! Hurry up! Back 99 Philly! Here we go! Back 99 Philly! Here we go!
Garoppolo to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Niners on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw is Garoppolo. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jonathan Hankins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Fighting through it, he's got space. Still going. They can't stop him. And he'll go out of bounds, but not before reaching the opposite 35.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Roethlisberger got to get his guys to the line as quick as he can. And he'll get up and spike it with 11 seconds remaining. And on 2nd and 10 now. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. And the Cowboys have taken the lead in a very offensive-minded game. A win